Albuquerque attorneys Larry Leshin and Eric Ortiz have a different approach to law, and finding an attorney to represent your best interests can be intimidating and overwhelming, we must admit, but the law office of Larry Leshin is on your side. So good morning, Larry.
Good morning.
And good morning, Eric. Great to have you both. And you know, that's important to know, on your side, and you have really built your practice on principles, and that really instills a lot of trust. So what are these principles?
Well, Nikki, we have two basic principles. We call our office affordable law. Affordable law means that people can afford us. We don't work for free, of course, but we try and make law available to the common person. We try and make it so that Joe Average can afford us, can walk in our door, and when they walk out, they won't be bleeding money.
That certainly is a comforting thought, because a lot of people need that legal help. And Eric, you say that you actually take a different approach to law. So tell us a little bit about what makes your practice so unique, what this approach is.
Well, essentially what our focus is at Affordable Law is a very client-oriented approach.
Okay.
And so where you go to the doctor typically and he'll tell you, do this, do that, do the other, and he doesn't really listen to the client because the patient doesn't know anything about medicine. Law is a different animal. Law is very personal, and often you have personal turmoil in whatever problem you're facing, from bankruptcy to personal injury. And so in deciding how to go forward, we really listen to the client.
Well, emotions get involved a lot when it comes to that as well.
And that translates to a jury if we do have to litigate a case.
Good point. That's a very good point. And I would imagine you have to really sit down, like you said, and really listen. It can't be cookie cutter with what you do.
Exactly.
So that's really, you take the customized, specific approach. And also, you offer different services. And, you know, I think people, you know, they hear law, they don't know what that means. There's so much that it could mean. So give us some of the specific services that your firm actually offers in particular.
Well, we do a lot of bankruptcy, and we are now opening up more of a litigation section, and that includes personal injuries, real estate litigation, construction defect, and probate litigation are the main focuses right now in our
Are you finding with the economy the way it is that bankruptcy is becoming much more of a problem?
I wouldn't call it a problem. I actually happen to love the bankruptcy laws. Bankruptcy's kind of got a negative press on it. You know, people think, oh, bankruptcy, that's a terrible thing.
Right.
I think it's an underutilized tool, personally. I think that Congress passed the bankruptcy laws for a very specific reason. It wanted to tell the American people, we're a commercial economy, we're a capitalist economy. We want people to be able to go out there and take risks. If they fail, we want to have a way for them to get out of the debt, so that they don't have to stay mired in debt for the rest of their life.
And we're a country that's all about second chances and giving people a new chance in life. So I think that makes a lot of sense. And maneuvering through the legal system is obviously very intimidating, especially for the novice who doesn't know all of the legalities in general. So what words of advice would you give your clients in general, so they don't feel intimidated and overwhelmed?
Well, again, it's very case specific, but I would say that when a client comes to us, what we do is we try to reassure them that we're going to listen to you. We're going to pay a lot of personal attention to what you're telling us and what you want out of this case. Say a divorce, for example.
Sure.
You know, somebody comes to us, they say, I want to get divorced. Well, we say, you know, what kind of relationship do you have with your spouse? What do you see? Where do you see this going? Is there any way to resolve it peacefully?
See, and that's nice, because you're looking for a solution to the problem before you're ready to tackle the problem. And I like to hear that. And many attorneys really basically they tie up the system by litigating the cases in court. But in your case, you say that there's actually a better solution. So what's the strategy with that?
Well, essentially, we do take a unique approach, and again, it's all about that client focus.
Okay.
And so we do our best to get the clients to look at their own position and to say, what do I need out of this, and try to put the emotions aside a little bit, and make court less of this kind of catharsis to say I'm, you know, have a chip on my shoulder and I'm the good guy, but to really just look at your position and say, this is what I need. And when the other side is not willing to meet that need and you do go to court, you'll find that you're a lot more successful, because you're the reasonable guy, you're the good guy.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
So in the end, you do get to walk out with your head held high.
Yeah, and that's really the point. And without giving too much away, because we don't want you to give all your secrets away, but tell us about some of the more challenging cases that you've won for your clients. We always like to hear that.
Well, again, we can't really give specifics
I'm digging.
on challenging cases, but you know, the more challenging cases are where, you know, there's no good recovery, or recovery is very difficult for a very injured person, for instance.
Sure.
And you have to litigate really complex insurance contracts, and you have to go after these companies in very creative ways. And we find that we can be very successful in the way we approach those kinds of cases. But again, we can't really talk too much about that.
Okay, well that's good. You know what, you just proved that you're very trusted and loyal. We appreciate that. Now you actually offer a free consultation, and one of the first things you mentioned in this interview is that you are affordable and that you make it easier for people to be able to afford to come to you. So let's talk about that free consultation as well as the reduced legal fees that you offer to some of our clients out there.
We don't offer a free consultation in every case. For many of our cases, we do. For our bankruptcy clients, we do. For our probate clients, we do. For our personal injury clients, we do.
Okay.
Sometimes we charge a small, you know, upfront fee to consult with us. But that's rare. But the primary thing is that we want people to be able to feel free to come in and talk to us and explain to us their situation. We offer discounted rates to a number of category of peoples. We offer discounted rates if you're a single mother, if you're on a fixed income, if you're elderly, if you're active duty military, disabled, many categories.
Well, let's tell all our viewers how they can reach your practice.
I'd say the best way to reach us is Google Affordable Law. You'll find us all over the internet. Just Google Affordable Law, and you'll find us. We're located on the corner, near the corner of Lomas in Louisiana, 1216 Indiana. You can call our telephone number. You can go to my website, LeshinLawOffice.com. There are lots of ways to reach us.
Great. Well, Eric, Larry, thank you both so much for being here and for all of the information.
We really appreciate it.
And we appreciate what you do to help everybody out there.